I'm not going to respond to every little trend that is out there of provocative statements, but I want to touch on one of them, which is sort of a desire to disown people who are Jewish, but not part of one's own ideological way of seeing things or political way of seeing things. And this showed up. There's an accusation that Senator Chuck Schumer isn't Jewish, or there are, on the opposite side of the political spectrum, people who say that they can't believe that the president's prominent advisor, Stephen Miller, is Jewish. He advocates for things I don't believe. Right and left, this can happen. Part of the point of being part of a people is understanding that our people includes people who we disagree with. And in fact, that's part of what gives it meaning, that even people with whom we disagree, we have a deep connection to, though we are free to disagree with them should we so choose. That's part of the Passover story. This week in the Torah, it's Shabbat Parah. We're going to read about the preparations for Passover in the Mishkan and in the temple that existed once in Jerusalem. And we focus on sort of the building up the story and our preparations for Passover, a story which begins in the plague narrative. We're told that when Pharaoh says, you can go for a couple of days to worship your God, says to Moses. Moses says, that we're going to go with our old, with our young, with our sons, with our daughters, with our flocks. We're all going together. We're leaving no one out. Part of that idea of being a people, of a calling to God, is that it includes more than we might be comfortable with. And that's not only okay, but that's necessary. That's part of what distinguishes us as a people and as a religious group from a political group. It's a different thing. There's a great bit in Jonathan Sacks's The Home We Build Together. He speaks, and he's writing it was published in 2007, so before the iPhone. And he already sees everything that's coming, he sees coming, right? He says, in the nations of the West, we're becoming polarized places where free speech is increasingly at risk. Non-political institutions are becoming politicized. University campuses are turning into ideological arenas. Again, this is 2007. And a combination of political correctness and ethnic religious separatism are eroding the graciousness of civil society. Religious groups are becoming pressure groups, focusing on sectarian interests rather than the common good. Boycotts and political campaigns are infecting professional bodies. Culture is fragmenting into non-communicating systems of belief, in which civil discourse ends and reasoned argument becomes impossible. Part of what Sachs saw as a way of combating this is focusing, in a sense, on building up liberal democracy, liberal in the European philosophical sense, not in the American political sense, meaning, understand what he says, liberal democracy is about togetherness in difference, in space difference. And we begin to lose it when we notice the difference, but forget the togetherness. Being together in our differences, that's part of the essence of being a people, being part of a society, and it's part of maybe what we can build up this Pesach. It is a trying time. I'm not doubting that there are bad people out there looking to do bad things, not necessarily the aforementioned individuals, but that exists. And as Jews, we have to recognize that our embrace and our area of concern extends beyond our ideological group, even beyond our ethnic group, even beyond our national borders, and extends beyond. That is part of the Passover story, and that's part of what we're hoping to be liberated into this Pesach season. Shabbat Shalom.